Welcome back to Arithmetic with Ron. Today, what we're going to do is learn together how to find the common denominator of two fractions using a method called least common multiple. Go ahead and hit subscribe and enjoy the video. Today, we are going to learn how to find the common denominator of two different fractions by looking for the least common multiple. Let's say that I have two fractions here, 1 over 4 and 1 over 5. Now I know that I cannot add them or subtract them as they are because the denominators are not the same. So how can we find a common denominator so that I can add or subtract them? We're going to look at least common multiple, or LCM. Now, some people might say, what does that really mean? And so the way I think of it is like this. Least means the smallest. This is how I remember it. Common means the same. And multiple, think of your skip counting or your multiplication facts. When you learn things like your times tables for 3, for example, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So we want the smallest number that's the same in our skip counting lists. So for this example, we have a denominator of 4 and a denominator of 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the first half a dozen or so of my skip counting multiplication facts for 4 and for 5. Now let's go back to what we talked about here. We want the smallest number that's the same in our skip counting. So we've done our skip counting, or our multiplication facts for our two denominators, and we want to find the smallest number that's common to both lists. And the number 20 is the first number that shows up in both lists. Now, if you were to keep going, you would find other numbers that are common. 40 would work, 60 would work, but 20 is the smallest one. So 20 is going to become the new denominator. Since 20 is the new denominator, we're going to take our fractions and we're going to convert them into a new fraction, an equivalent fraction, that has a denominator of 20. How are we going to do that? We're going to take our fraction and multiply by a special 1. And here's how we find the special 1. 4 multiplied by something equals 20. Yeah, 5. 4 times 5 is 20. A special 1 is a fraction where the numerator and the denominator are the same. This has a value of 1. 1 times 5 is 5, and so 5 over 20 is our equivalent fraction to 1 over 4. Let's do the same for 1 over 5. 1 over 5 multiplied by something is going to give me an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 20. 5 times what is 20? 4. In my special 1 fraction, if it has a denominator of 4, it must have a numerator of 4. And 1 times 4 is 4. My old fraction times a special 1 is my new equivalent fraction, and they have a denominator of 20, which we got from finding the smallest common number in the skip counting for our original denominators. Today we learned how to find a common denominator using the least common multiple method. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
They're so loud.
I know.